Today, I'm going to run through the level 102 target in the Checkmate raid for as low repair as I can get it, with some reasonable driving. Hey everyone, Derpy here, welcome back to another Battle Pirates video. Starting out, this target is the auto target if you want to auto it at all x1. With no crew, you're looking at roughly a half an hour damage, which I find to be very acceptable for the raid, at least for me. I tend to actually auto just 5 of them and then log off, go to sleep, come back 5-6 hours later. Now, in this target, you saw me starting out with killing that one corrosive turret. You can outrange those very small ones. Second, we're going to go towards this main cluster here, charge the missile turret and grab that, shoot at it a few times. Now, you do want to make sure you're not hit by these large corrosive turrets when you're stopped, so a little bit of drive-by here, that should be fine. Trigger a few things and turn around here. Just make sure you're not doing it when things are shooting at you and you're actually getting hit. I might have done a little bit of that there, but you really have to make sure you're timing it pretty well. Also, try and make sure you don't leave those gluttony ships alive for longer than you need to. Once you shoot at it and trigger the drones, you want to kill it pretty quickly. You don't want it to run away and have to come back and be spawning drones at you the entire time. I'm continuing to work my way through the target here. Most of the enemy turrets are actually fairly obvious that they're on a platform where they pop up. Could be a little clearer in a few cases. For example, this first platform of 3, I would expect to have one, but it doesn't. Back to the target here, we're just shooting at these ships, going around in a big circle here. Do your best to stay moving against any form of corrosive damage that you cannot outrange, so it's perfectly fine to stop against this guy right here. Use the down arrow, works really well. And then kill the missile turrets pretty quickly here. Try and avoid having them get more than one volley off at you. Another cluster here, go ahead and shoot at these turrets here. With enough splash with the standard build most people are running, you can kill 2 turrets pretty easily if they are side by side. At least if you are pretty far upgraded, that's very possible. Now, I should note that we have the same sort of bug like last raid, where that turret isn't actually killable till it's already surfaced. I wish it was, but it wasn't. In general, I'm going for the missile turrets first, and those do tend to prioritize the flagship because the ship 1 tends to be the first in range, even if you're driving all stacked. We don't really have to go into that now. But tend to prioritize the missile turrets, and there are none of the firing heavy arcs in this target right here, and then outrange everything else. Just, again, if you do trigger these ships that start moving and damaging or moving triggers the drones, make sure you target that gluttony and kill that all the way here. Now, I'm going to make sure I'm not engaging 2 missile turrets at once, so I drop down a little bit, grab up here, and there'll be 3. I'll engage them one at a time. As long as they only get 1 volley off, that's perfectly fine. Damage in this target will be a little bit dependent on evade for this reason from those missiles and from the corrosive turrets, in other words. The one issue I have about this target is that it is a little bit too large. I've been going through this one for 3 minutes. It takes a little bit longer than that to auto, which is not horrible, but I would like it to be done faster. Phantom Gluttony here, do a little bit of a spin move when things aren't shooting at you. Try and get the corrosive pellets to miss as much as you can, and that's ideal. Once that's dead, it should kill the other 2 ships pretty quickly, and that will be the target just about wrapped up. I do want to show you my upgrade level, talk about that, armor choice on the flagship, and a few other things here, so let's stay tuned for the damage, the battle report, and the build. I will, of course, be releasing another level 103 video right after this, so of course, stay tuned for that one. Now, damage is more penetrative in this target if you're driving and you're avoiding most of the corrosive damage. That's what you expect to see. Perfect driving would likely have no corrosive damage actually taken. And of course, evade does work on this one. In terms of total repair, this is 12.5 minutes, which is well under the 25-minute mark, even if some ships are targeted a little bit more than others. Which I said I would mention, the flagship does tend to get prioritized by missiles, as I said. Going for 3 missile armor on the flag would not be a bad way to go on this one. The other note I have for you is that these ships are at X1 with 1 ship at U3. It does take a little bit more damage. There is a survival bonus at X1, which I don't have on that ship. Obviously, it's at U3. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have time to hit this with the U0 free Kixeye fleet this time around, but you're more than welcome to experiment with that yourself and apply the same techniques, strategies, path, and method to that one. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you to all the channel members whose names appear on screen now. Until next time, and as always, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.